The biggest question that Gundam player is asking is Aggro killing the game? Welcome to another video. I'm GundamTCG and today we're going to go over my Meta Monday. I'm going to apologize that I haven't been posting for the past couple of weeks because the meta was changing, new set was coming out, ST09 came out, GD04 came out, and right now we're sitting here testing all the possible deck possible so I can make a valid Meta Monday. And today it's going to be a quick video because we still didn't have the quite answer even after the Eggman win a box tournament, couple of big major tournaments online happened, and I've been testing a lot of different decks and I don't have a quite answer for you, but based on my analysis, I'm able to tell you what are the most contender deck based of this weekend, because right now I'm actually grinding and trying to play test to figure out what I'm gonna play for the Montreal Regionals this weekend, which is in my hometown. I'm from Montreal, as you guys may know. I'm trying to cook something up, trying to find the best deck in order to play for this weekend. I'm trying to avoid playing Blue Perp, and I don't want to play Blue Perp. So I'm going to try my best to play something that's not Blue Perp to make it interesting, make it spicy, but we're going to see what we're going to do. And if you guys drop in the comment below and let me know if I should just play Blue Perp and call it a day. I've been refusing to play Blue Perp since GD03, and I played once Blue Perp. I made it to the final, but it's not something that I'm proud of. I don't want to play Blue Perp. So let me know. And please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you want to support the channel. So let's jump right through into my May 4th meta tier list of right here. Let me change this to GD04 right here. So through my testing, Blue Perp, it's still the best deck. It's a tier S deck. Like, the reason why Blue Perp is a tier S deck, it's because Blue Perp needs to just draw normal and you need to draw bad. You almost lost the game. So you really need to draw godly and Blue Perp to draw horribly to potentially maybe win the game. So that's where the biggest issue is with Blue Perp, is that Aggro, it's so consistent, so good that I feel that there's no downside to play Blue Perp. So Blue Perp still remaining tier S. Blue Perp won the first new type challenge last weekend in Montreal. So the contender in the final matchup was a Neo Zeong deck, and that deck is just insane. Like, if you're not able to kill them by turn, let's say by turn 8, you most likely lost the game because they're gonna drop one Neo Zeong on you, and after that they're gonna ping 3, and all their units gonna be Neo Zeong, so they can just keep pinging 3 turn after turn after turn. So that's almost like wing 0 every single turn, just popping every single unit that you have. So I just don't know how to stop that deck, and that deck is just way too strong. So it's gonna be a tier S. And also there's another crazy deck that's running out around MSA that you play about 20 to 24 weenies in the deck, and that deck, it's like just the Orlando special but GD04 version, and it's a purple red deck, and it's a brain dead deck. Like, you don't need to have skills, you can just play that. You just drop weenies, you just keep dropping weenies and weenies and weenies, and you just swing for shield until your opponent run out of gas, and you might win by turn 3, turn 4. But the problem with that deck is if you don't win by turn 4, you probably lost that game because you have 0 drawing, you have nothing. So as soon as you lose a 2 for 1, you lost the game. So technically that's a tier S. This is a tier A deck. It's a tier A deck that I call it the brain dead Orlando special. So that deck, you just need to be swing at shield. You don't give a damn about your opponent. You just swing. But if you lose, you don't win by turn 4, you lost. So technically, that's a tier A deck. It's not a tier S, because if someone put just a bunch of blocker, like, you almost have no way out. and you just cannot win the game. So it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 if you got it or you don't. And the other very interesting deck right there, it would be the Xiong 1 Year War. It's an updated GD04 Xiong deck. That's a very good aggro deck, but it's not as broken as Blue Perp. So that's why it doesn't deserve to be a tier S deck. It will only be a tier A deck. And you just spam the board, high maneuver into shield, you link Char, Gundam Amuro, and yes, that's much all. Like Gundam Amuro, the best aggro cards ever. And yep, that's it. Like it's a tier A. And my famous purple white, I'll put it as a tier A. Like that deck lost a lot of power because of single card called Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet just gonna block and prevent me from winning the game every single time because they just put a Silver Bullet and they just don't block. They just put it there. Like they just prevent me from attacking. If I attack, maybe they block, maybe they don't block. It's a 4/4 that's gonna kill anything they want. They're gonna get, it's a guaranteed 2-for-1 for them. So that's where bring my purple white to tier A. It's a very hard deck to pilot. So not many people are able to pilot. I have a Metafy guide in my description below. You can take a look, but I don't suggest you to get it if you don't want to pilot a complicated deck. So it's a tier A. I still believe in the deck. There's a chance to win with that deck. You guys can try it, but I don't recommend you. And I have a video dropping on Wednesday. If you guys are watching this video now, Wednesday, which is in 2 days. It's a very good deck, but hard to pilot. That's all I have to say. The Victory Gundam, the League Militaire, that deck, it's actually very good. I didn't got a chance to look at it, but if you just look at the ratio, you look at the cards, I play against it once, I believe. So the deck, it's quite good. I didn't test it a lot against it, but I think it's a tier A deck. It's another blue-white deck. So you have Gundam Amuro, you have the new League Militaire cards that allow you to spawn extra tokens. The tokens cannot attack shield. So that's the downside of the deck. But other than that, I feel that the deck is quite consistent. You have all the outs, you can rest units, you have ammo to rest units, you have the pluses, you have extra tokens the tokens can use to trade into other units. So you just clear all the weenies, and the weenie aggro just die hard to the Victory Gundam deck. So it's a very good deck, but I didn't test it enough, so I don't know much about it. The next deck will be a Wing Zero. The Wing Zero, it's a Wing Zero deck. It's very good, but it's just a normal Wing Zero. You update it with the demeanor, so you can bounce the early weenies, you bounce some blockers, and it's basically an aggro deck. You put pressure, you breach. A Wing Zero, it's a Wing Zero. If you have a Wing Zero and that's all you have, just play it and call it a day. It's a very good deck. I lost to it a couple of times last week, so the deck, it's still very strong. And with the new Silver Bullet inside, like I think every white deck, it's playing Silver Bullet inside to nerf Blue Perp. But Blue Perp, it's still so good that Silver Bullet gonna slow it down a little bit, but it's not gonna stop Blue Perp. Dio has been evolved into the new unicorn. Where's the unicorn? So the new Dio deck has evolved into the unicorn norm. You play Dio package, but now you have a high-end finisher, which is looping you the same way that Neo Xiong is. And that deck, it's actually cancer. Like for me, I feel like those two decks are extremely good, but they lose hard to aggro if you don't draw your blockers on time. So we're still into this meta that blockers fighting against blockers. So you have blue-white blockers, you have red-white blockers, and you have blue perp. So those are your tier S. Like it's a rock, paper, scissors, not really rock, paper, scissors. It's just more like a rock and scissor meta. So it's either you go aggro or you go blockers. And right now there's a lot of more skills involved into Gundam because you need to think multiple turns ahead of time and you just need to play it accordingly to your outs. And it's not about planning the next few turns anymore. It's about planning what's the worst thing that they can do to you, and you just play around that. It's not like Gundam GD03 anymore. It's a little bit different in the way that you play Gundam. So yeah, that's what I think it is. So red, blue, both red, blue, it's gonna be a tier A. And right here you have the new CB. So the CB is extremely strong with the Gundam Curios. So technically the CB deck is kill whatever you want, swing at anything you want, and it's extremely high control deck. So I feel that I need to play more against that deck, because that deck, it's just like, there's so many surprises. They're running like about 10 pilots. You run like 3 different pilots, depending on different builds. Some builds are running all the pilots, but I don't have enough experience on that deck, but it's just very strong by reading at the cards. And I think it's a tier A deck. It's a very hard deck to pilot also, because you have so many options, so many outs. And yep, over here we have, let me just put this, we have the new purple red Destiny Zaft that I'll be testing a lot lately, and I really like it, but I still think that it's not the best deck, but it's a tier A deck. So it's like a deck that you have the purple Destiny package with the Zaft, red Zaft, and you're not running Savior. So you have also the Savior version of it. I don't feel the Savior version is that strong, so I'll put it, the Savior version has a tier B. And we have the Destiny version, which is the deck that I really want to try to make it work so bad, because I tried to just play my new type challenge Kira, but it's just not the best deck at the moment. I'm gonna put it as a tier A. The Lupus, there's a new purple red Lupus that falls into the tier A category. It's very good, but it just same thing as playing a red blue a unicorn, or like a Cassandra, full frontal, Providence, that type of package deck. So it's just like, you don't play until turn 4. Your opponent don't play till turn 4, and you just keep blowing up the board, and you just control the board, have a unit, ping everything, and just wait until turn 4, turn 5, and after that you start playing your bodies, controlling the boards, and whoever run out of gas lose the game. So that's a deck. The red-white Providence, it's very similar to the Neo's Young. I think some Neo's Young, it's the same concept. You just ping, block, but I don't think it's as good as the Neo's Young deck. So I'll just put it right here, because you cannot play Xiong and Providence and full frontal, and you play, what's the name of the card? Sinanju. So you need to choose your battle. So yep, the red white G-Fred clan, it's a B tier. You have the new mid-range Barbados Lupus Blue Perp Aggro, which has become a mid-range one. It's a tier A because it's very good into a mirror, into another Blue Perp, but it's not the best deck against the overall meta because it's mid-range. And most likely, if you don't kill your opponent early enough and you run into a red-white deck, you most likely lost the game because you have until turn 7 to win. So you're only dropping Lupus on turn 7, and most likely if they just drop a Neo Xiong, they're gonna ping you for 3, they're just gonna blow up your board and they're just gonna kill you, and you run out of gas, you don't have any drawing, so it's a tier A. Psycho Gundam, it's a tier B. I really want to try to bring it back. It's way too hard. It's impossible. You have the Justice Blocker, which is still a very good deck. It's similar to the other variant of red-white. It's just a different variant. They play Justice into the Neo Xiong deck. Some of them does, some of them don't, because you just have an extra body on the board. It's just insane. And you have the white unicorn Banagher with the whole package. So it's just good, but it's not insane. So I think I did a mistake over here with the wrong unicorn, but you guys get what I mean right here. So I think this wrap up today's GD04 Meta Monday. We're gonna have more data after this weekend regionals, after the GD04 regionals this weekend at Carta Magica in Montreal. And we're gonna go over and review it again, the new meta. I think we're gonna have a more precise data to know what to play and what not to play. So this is just my early GD04 speculation based on my testing and speculation, not only speculation. So thank you for watching. Please drop in the comment below what deck you think is the hardest to beat and the deck that's the most broken in the current meta. And like this video, subscribe, and thank you for watching. On to the next one.